What is going on, guys? It's your boy CJ back again with another Division video. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads the last couple of days. I know it's gonna cover the stuff that was mentioned in the last state of the game, but instead I'm going to cover some of the information that was included in the patch notes earlier this morning, and I'm going to be covering over some of them separately, so there may be different videos covering certain stuff on these patch notes, but today I'm going to be covering the exotic weapons and gear changes that are being made in the 1.6 update. So let's get started. So as I said before, there are going to be exotic weapons being added, and the named gear pieces and weapons already will be changed to exotics. They will not be called named gear weapons or anything like that. They will also have their own talents, such as example, I'll bring up the Hungry Hog. Killing a target increases your damage by 20% until you stop firing, which is going to make the Hungry Hog like one of the most OP weapons in my opinion, because that's just insane. There's a lot of variables that you can use that for your advantage, especially in the DZ. So I think that these weapons are going to be really great. So all of them will have different talents. Also, there is going to be exotic weapon sets, which means that you will be able to have, let's say, two different like let's say a Hungry Hog and a Valkyrie or whatever, and it will be able to unlock a whole different talent because you have both of them. But you have to have specific weapons to acquire these exotic weapon talent sets or whatever. So that's going to be really cool. So I'm going to get into the gear set changes because I know everyone wants to talk about that. But also, one thing I want to say is that these exotic weapons and named gear pieces will also be acquirable through the legendary missions. I did want to get into that in another video, but I do think this is necessary for people to know that if you complete, like, let's say Napalm production site on legendary, yes, they're adding legendary missions now, you will be able to acquire these through the dailies or the weeklies, and you can get these weapons or named gear pieces or Bear's chest piece or any of that stuff through those exotic caches. So just thought I'd point that out. So for the gear sets, a lot of you guys are gonna be disappointed, and some of you guys are actually jumping in joy. The ALPHABRIDGE will only work for the free talents. Yes, that means they're getting a shit of a fucking nerf. So that means, let's say you have an LVOAC with, I don't know, destructive, responsive, deadly, and then a lightweight M4 with competent, adept, and brutal. So only the bottom talents will work. So that means brutal and deadly would have been the weapons that actually stack. So let's say you're using one weapon, basically it's four talents instead of 6 basically. So if you'd want, so if you're using the lightweight M4 and it has competent and adept, you're gonna have to actually use that weapon in order to gain those talents. So you can no longer stack 6 talents anymore without having to actually change your weapon. Of course, there's probably gonna be ways to get around it, like the double barrel sawed-off thing that they have not mentioned that they're going to fix, but with that being said, that is how ALPHABRIDGE will work now.
Oh shit.
So do I think that's good? I actually do think it's good. I do think that they could have come at it a different way, but I'll go into that in another video. The frontline 4-piece no longer removes the critical hit chance, instead it removes the effect of any mods you have applied to the shield. I'm sure you guys have seen the outbreak of defense builds from Skill Up and other YouTubers, and they are really fun to play. I haven't used much myself, but I did run a set like that for a bit just for fun during this one incursion. It's really fun to use. I'm not too sure of what that means because I don't know like too much about the set, but I do. Just if you guys know about this more than I do, I'm sure you guys can let me know whether or not that's a good change or a bad change. Now the Reclaimer set. The Reclaimer set focuses on the support station. It's a 4-piece bonus, activates all support station mods simultaneously. It no longer has any effect on consumables. So that means that basically the Reclaimer set is being reworked. It has nothing to do with consumables anymore. It's just a complete, basically a healer set, which I think is very good because right now we don't really have very many good healer sets that are viable, that work without, you know, suffering a shit ton of armor or health or anything like that. I think a set like that is going to be very amazing, especially since there are going to be armor changes. I'll get into that in another video because I just don't have too much time to talk about everything on the patch notes, but please remember that there will be multiple videos today discussing these patch notes, so just remember that. So if you do have reclaimer pieces, make sure to keep them if you want to make a healer build in the upcoming 1.6 patch, because it's going to be really dope to have support roles in healer builds and stuff like that. Now, the Tactician's Authority buff only disappears after you use a skill. The Tactician's Authority kind of got killed with the 1.5 update, like nobody really uses it all that much, but this will actually make it a slightly bit better than it is right now, but it's whatever. It's nothing too substantial, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But also there is a new gear set that is coming, which is called the Seeker. It has nothing to do with Seeker Mind or anything like that. It's a 4-piece bonus, will give you a guaranteed critical hit after landing 2 consecutive shots to the body, which can be spread out across multiple enemies. I'm not 100% sure, 100% understanding that, so that means every 2 hits you will get a critical hit, if I'm reading that correctly. Remember that a lot of these stuff that I'm reading are right off the patch notes, so if you guys want to go see it, I will definitely throw a link in the description below. You guys can read everything that I will be talking about in this video and my other videos relating to these patches in these patch notes on the website. So remember that. So that's basically what I'm understanding. Every 2 hits will guarantee your 3rd shot being a critical hit, which would be really dope for assault rifles and anything really. Like, that's gonna be really cool. I actually think I'll definitely be looking forward to getting a set like that, so that's gonna be really dope. That's all I really have to say about the weapons and all that stuff. Also remember that the 256 cap now will not be changed in 1.6, so that means you do not have to worry about, you know, getting rid of all your weapons and stuff and them being rendered useless because, you know, they have 256 or whatever. There will be no changes to that at all. So if you're farming for sets or weapons or anything like that, you can keep doing it. It won't be changed in the upcoming patch. You will not have to farm them again, which is very good. It's such a relief because I came back to this game at 1.4 and farmed all my gear, was so like hyped up to use it, and then all of a sudden 1.5 came out and I had to literally redo it again. So that's just a big refresher to not have to do that again. So that is it for this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If let me know you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of the ALPHABRIDGE nerf, especially what you guys think they could have done differently, or if you guys just 100% agree with this, or if you don't agree with it, you know, go ahead and leave your comments below, you know what I'm saying. So this has been your boy CJ. I'll see you guys next video. Peace out.